quiet at Lagar, but we think something must be going on. Caravans outside. Nothing else seems to be happening. Oh, a few cars. That's very strange, isn't it? They're all here.
6 notches on the 2.5 stone.
The old university crowd. I haven't seen that man for 30 years. He's still the bloody same though. 3 blokes I was at university, 4 blokes I was at university with in, I'm not going to tell you when it was. It was a long time ago. That's my son there with a bush hat on. And they're still playing. This is like a marathon, except they played the same thing a couple of times. It's my sister. Here they all are.
I said I was good at netball. She said your brother came up to me and said, no, it doesn't, no. I said 2 weeks and 1,000 months. 2,000
And Nicola doesn't fall something gladly.
Mum was come over to my daughter's wedding.
Tom talking as usual. Barry eating as usual. Oh, he's finished. Simon, he's finished. Mike, they're all here in this corner.
Excellent salad, I must say.
Barry, 2 breakfasts, Keywood.
Compliments to the chef and the organiser.
We got to go now, is that it?
Well, no.
Asking for his card so we can give it to him.
I'm blackmailing them all.
We're a bit late, about 30 years ago.
Yeah, don't know who he is.
I did hang on for a long time.
He's that bloke the British police are
I
after.
felt a speech coming up. I do feel that on behalf of the guests, one of us ought to stand up and say something. So, if it's all right with you, I'll have another pint.
He's called Tom Fletcher, by the way.
On behalf of the guests...
He's a quiet soul.
Yes, that's good. I've probably known June and Griff as long as anybody except their families, I suppose. I first met Griff when he came to college in Aber in about 1943. he sat in the corner of the Angel in his duffel coat for 22 years until I finally got there in 1963, something like that. And he said very little.
Oh no! We believe not!
I don't even need to call upon the Almighty as my witness, because I have 3 witnesses here to say that for a long time when we knew him, Griff said very little indeed.
In Welsh, you mean?
His duffel coat spoke volume. His banjo got stolen by another player.
There's a reefer jacket, you fool.
And he eventually turned into someone that, I must admit, even then, I never really thought that I'd be standing up at his 30th wedding anniversary in front of his grown-up children and his grown-up dog. June, on the other hand, I've always had a romantic affection for June. Many years ago, I once went to Alaska for about a year, and when I came back, the first person I met that I'd never met before was June. Now, isn't that lovely? Isn't that romantic?
Well,
she didn't take me very seriously at all. She looked sideways at me, apart from those few occasions when I offered her a drink. That's true, isn't it, June? I remember meeting
me
you
drink?
No. In the mine through of a Sunday evening, and I said, "Who's the red-headed girl?" And they said, "That's June, you haven't met her." So I thought, no, that's true, I haven't.
You introduced us.
I introduced her to Griff, yes, and yes, quite. I've done penance since. I've walked barefoot on razor blades to Grangetown near Cardiff, but it didn't seem to have any effect. She still married him. And it was after a trip to Italy, I remember.
What's a
romantic expedition that must have been?
Yes.
I can't remember whether it was that trip or the next
First
trip.
kiss on the sewer pipe at Dublin.
Sewer pipe for.
Even I wasn't going to mention that. Even I drew the line at mentioning
What was wrong with her lips?
we hired, when the van broke down on the second trip, I think that was, we hired a Fiat minibus. And Griff gave a spirited impression of an Italian driver for the rest of the time we were there. he was very full of spirited impressions. I remember him doing a spirited impression of an Irish barman by standing up and saying, "Ah, sure, Paddy, I'll have 3 pints of Guinness," only to find that this bloke spoke in exactly the same way and said, "Ah, certainly, sir." And he had to keep up the pretense the entire time, which we made sure was quite a long time. Anyway, although we've had long gaps, we have known each other for a long time. We've been on caravan holidays, and we've always enjoyed their company in much the same way as I'm sure you've always enjoyed their company. And so, on behalf of the guests, Griff and June, I'd like to wish you all the very best on this year, our 30th anniversary, and for many years in the future. And thank you all very, very much.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
Good.
Cheers.
I'd just like to say one more thing. Unfortunately, some children have been in and opened most of your presents. And
No, it was me.
I'm not entirely
It
sure.
was me.
Was it you? Yeah. I'm not entirely sure what goes with
Divorce!
what.
I want a divorce!
So, they're going to come, and if they're not right, then I apologise. But can I just make you open this present first? It's a special present from me, and I thought about it.
I already
long and
opened
hard.
that.
It's very relevant, and I'm sure you'll love it.
It's an elephant.
I thought about it for a long, long time.
Oh, really?
Video.
It's a light bulb.
They're pearl light bulbs, mother.
Oh, baby!
I already unwrapped that one.
I know you did.
They made us go through the marriage ceremony again. Some of the French people. Ach. June's brother Leslie was in the cowl. And the bridesmaids were there again, laughing. God blimey. Party's breaking up now. Well, this part of it. Full tournament in a minute. People chatting. Stuff. People over there on the patio, people listening. My goodness, that's fantastic. Alison! Hello! She's off. What you got? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Whoa! Yum yum! Yum yum! There he is. Look at him.
You're no good.
Nothing to worry about.
Do you know the rules? Do you know the rules? No, okay. What's you got? That's a chat.
How do I love you? Well, don't you know I love you about as deep as any love can grow, baby, completely wrapped up in you.